right across the park, they go into today's grand final as the team to beat. The Otahuhu Leopards looking to take out the inaugural Bartercard Cup. The Canterbury Bulls 2 weeks ago, well beaten by the Leopards, but they bounced back with a strong effort against Wainuiomata to claim their place in the Cup final. A proud rugby league province, the Canterbury Bulls are here at Carlaw Park for this shot at the title of the Bartercard Cup 2000.
Yes, good afternoon, and the scene is Carlaw Park for this afternoon's inaugural grand final in the Bartercard National Club Championship between the powerhouse mighty South Auckland minor premiers, the Otahuhu Leopards, up against the South Island's only representative side, the Canterbury Bulls. And the big question on everyone's mind is just how the lack of play that the Otahuhu side has had over the last 2-3 weeks, whether or not it's going to affect them. But joining me this afternoon is fellow commentator Shane Cooper. And Shane, the big question is the lack of football for Otahuhu. How's that going to affect them?
Well, Pete, I think we'll come across that later on in the second half. But the most important thing for the Canterbury side, they have to stay with Otahuhu in the first 20 minutes because this Otahuhu side's a very, very strong side. They're very skillful, and if the Canterbury boys can't stay with Otahuhu in the first 20 minutes, you might as well kiss it goodnight because they'll run riot.
Well, we saw in the first game where these two sides came up together, it was about the attacking power of the Otahuhu team. But for Canterbury, it's about defence. That was the one part of their game that was missing.
Yes, most certainly, and they're going to have to be on it today because this Otahuhu side's a very, very big side. They remind me a little bit of the Broncos. I'm not saying they are the Broncos, but they're big as the Broncos, and when they go forward very powerfully.
Well, we saw the last time these two sides played that one thing's for certain, there's no shortage of motivation for Canterbury. The teams are just joining, coming out now, so let's rejoin our commentators. What happened there? They all just... That's all right.
So the Canterbury Bulls are out on the track, and this is the team that will represent the red and blacks of Canterbury. Sione at the back, Tongia, Woodgate, Tuiloma, Ray Hubbard just named to the junior Kiwis will start at number 4. 6 and 7, once again these influential positions at the back of the scrum. Morris Emsley and Scotty Nixon, a very important combination. Front row of Tahoe, Byers, Barrow, what they're lacking in size they make up for in Hart, Norton, Emsley and Limmer, the responsibilities at the back of this pack. And really a lightweight pack in comparison to their opponents, but very mobile, and their coach Gerard Stokes will have them primed up and ready for a big performance. It was a magnificent show last weekend on their home track at Rugby League Park in Christchurch, but they're up against a tougher proposition here in Auckland and the home track of the Otahuhu Leopards. Much celebration in the Otahuhu club picking up the Fox final 1 week ago here, the premier competition. The ground announcer will lead the players on individually.
Number 9, Esau Man. 10, Amos Reed. 11, Herman Lee Martha. 12, Tyson Ninesbury. 13, Chris P.L. 14, Lance Croker. 15, Solomon Curry. 16, Eric Tully. 17,
Lafayette. Coach Dean Clark. Manager Kevin Hawkins. Trainer Dave Mitchell. Assistant coach Wally Green. Match officials, Bill Shrimpton is the referee from Auckland. Touch judges from Auckland, Dave McKee.
So the Otahuhu Leopards, their tilt at the title goes this way. Palmer, Elder and Carmont. Mike Elliott, Niwa, their centres have been playing supremely well for them right throughout the season. Edwards and Terangi, Hare Terangi, 3 tries in the major semi-final to get them through into the grand final. He's a live wire halfback with plenty of toe. Pio Lamafa, Marjorie Banks, Reed Tuakura and Mann. Let's go chat now to our national anthems.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So the Canterbury Bulls have lined up against the Otahuhu Leopards 3 times in season 2000. 2 occasions it has been Otahuhu, but the Canterbury Bulls dished them up one, and their home track 42-12. Anything can happen, it's grand final football. And while the Canterbury Bulls know they're up against it, Gerald Ryan, the chairman of New Zealand Rugby League, behind him, Selwyn Pearson. Billy Shrimpton is the man in charge this afternoon in this, the Bartercard Cup final for the year 2000. Coming to you live from Carlo Park. The Canterbury Bulls will be playing towards the city end of Carlo Park as Lucy Sione gets us underway. This is it, the Bartercard Cup final for the year 2000. And already, first penalty of the afternoon, and it's Graham Emsley. He's been called out by Billy Shrimpton. Tackle is high.
Someone's going to spend time. Last one.
First tackle, tough tackle. This is finals football. There's the bench for Otahuhu, Solomon Kitty. He's been out with injury for a number of weeks. Joining us for this commentary, Te Ropati and Tony Edo. Tony, Otahuhu coming as favourites as the hammer hits up. Big, powerful forward pack. They've got plenty of work ahead of them, the Bulls.
They have, and what's been noticeable since the final series begun is that this Otahuhu side has clicked up a gear, and already they're making great inroads into this Canterbury Bulls defence. They're going to be under a lot of pressure today. They've got to work hard for the 80 minutes, otherwise this Otahuhu side can really hurt you.
Wide out already, and already full of running. Confidence to let the ball do the work. Otahuhu play the ball, 25 from the line. He saw man. Floats the ball wide, there's man. Gets it onto the back, Chris Pio. And Te Ropati, I suppose a bit of emotion for you. Your club of yesteryear in the finals, not for the first time. But a big ask as the ball's been spilled and the try's been scored. Simple as that. Well, it should have been taken at the back, it wasn't. And Otahuhu snap onto the ball. The clock's hardly had time to get the rubber bands wound up, and they're already on the scoreboard.
Well, an early penalty, straight on to attack the Otahuhu side into the Canterbury Bulls half, and a perfect kick. Hari Tarangi's probably his first touch of the game. Great kick in the air, and look at this, everyone on side. Kicks it well, isolated the Canterbury fullback, he was all alone, and a great chase. And Tyson Marjoriebanks, like a good second rower, following up. Nice try and a nice start.
Lucy Sione had every right to take this ball. There we have a look. Hari Tarangi hoists it high, as we'll expect them to do all afternoon. Lucy Sione just puts it down. Marjoriebanks latches onto it, but it's an Otahuhu side that really have got to roll on very, very early, and that's one of the areas that the Canterbury Bulls will be looking to close down. We see the likes of Hari Tarangi getting on the back of a forward pack, moving the way the Otahuhu Leopards can move, and we will see them move if the Canterbury Bulls let them.
Mark Elder looking to add the extras. At this time, it's waved away. Otahuhu 4 points to 0 early on in the Bartercard Cup final. And Canterbury, we saw them 2 weeks ago, concede 30 points in the first half. They can ill afford to have anything like that happen to them in this match. And really, they need to turn around, forget about that mistake. Lucy Sione needs to develop some confidence. And he'll be disappointed at his effort in taking the high ball. So 4-0. The kick is deep. Taken in at the back there by Corey Palmer. Here's the try scorer, Tyson Marjoriebanks. Spirited defence by the Red and Blacks. Morris Elmsley in there. Downstairs on the tackle, Johnny Limmer. He saw man. Delivers. George Tuakura. Ball jarred loose. It's gone backwards, says the referee. In fact, it's a knock-on. So that's exactly what the Canterbury forwards needed to do. Turnover possession. Te Ropati, freezing cold conditions last weekend down there, but was their home park of Rugby League Park in Christchurch. They were good, they were very good in dispatching Wainuiamata, but can they bounce back from this?
They have a very talented side, and especially with their halves, Scott Nixon and Morris Emsley. If they can get their defensive worries sorted out in this match, I can't see no reason why they can't compete against an Otahuhu side who certainly are on fire.
Another penalty. High tackle. And an elbow suggested. This is Hare Tarangi.
Keep it out. Back off. It's all right, it's only high, same as 12.
Shane Byers.
You're right there, 6.
Hinting at an elbow.
Stop it or for the blood, eh?
They took the early tap from this occasion with Scotty Nixon. It's going in and quite a high shot coming in on him again. I felt that probably they had taken the wrong option, especially considering that if they can get the points on the board, the longer this game goes on, the longer they can hang on in this match, the closer it will be, especially considering the size of the Otahuhu pack. They'll tire a little later in this game. So one of the key elements that Jared Stokes, their coach, has spoken about during the week has been that they must hang in there for this first 20-minute period.
It's been interesting this week too on the papers, both sides talking about their defensive patterns. Canterbury, of course, play a very short line, and it was interesting to hear Esau Mann earlier this week saying that they wanted to stretch the Canterbury Bulls on the fringes. In that case there, George Tuakura probably popping a ball that was a bit too dangerous. If they continue to do that, they'll let Canterbury back into this game.
Raymond Hubbard puts the 2 points on the board for the Canterbury Bulls. 4 points to 2 after 6 minutes of play here in the Bartercard Cup final, live from Carlo Park.
And that's one of the concerns, I guess, Shane. If they do go wide and they start trying to play an expensive game, they will play into Canterbury's hands.
Yeah, no, this Canterbury side, I've been assured they're going to come up with a better defensive effort this week, and the way they started off, they'll be pleased with that. We've got Clayton Harris on for the Bloodbin Scott Nixon, and he's a promising young player that showed fine form last week.
Shane Byers calls for the quick play. The ball, Emsley delivers up for him. Scotty Woodgate comes in off the right wing. Hits up now, 2:30. Byers delivers. Emsley, cut out ball. Better running from Canterbury. Back on the inside, Clayton Harris delivers up for Craig Barrow. Barrow is wrapped up 5 short of halfway, and the penalty will come against Craig Barrow. Arguing the call.
Possibly very hard done by Craig Barrow. At first look, it certainly looked like he was getting up to try and play the ball quickly and pushed in the back. If you're having a look at it, Craig Barrow coming in with one of his powerful runs, goes down, calls for a voluntary tackle and just shoved aside there by his Otahuhu opposite, George Tuakura.
There's the man in question. Tuakura is tackled now, 18 out from the line. Esau Mann sets himself. Hamish Reid is there for the first receipt. He'll hit it up, take it into the traffic. Reid wrapped up downstairs, Magafa Tuiloma. 6 metres from the try line now. Esau Mann. Across he comes to Shane Edwards. Now it's with Tarangi. He's picked off quick. They'll have to get onto him quickly. Morris Emsley the tackler. Esau Mann again. Edwards. The ball to the head, bounces, and now the Bulls come up with it. Well, the pass was fast, too fast in fact. Ricocheted directly off the lemon. Taking it in field. Tangia Tuia. Byers, dummy half. Runners, Woodgate. Esau Mann upstairs. Downstairs, Marjorie Banks. Emsley. Scoops, dishes. 35 out from their own line. The Bulls, better play from them. Byers. Taking in the tackle of Chris Pell. 10 short of halfway now. The Canterbury Bulls, Lucisione. Almost steps his way through the traffic. Making the tackle eventually, Shane Edwards. Clayton Harris. On to Morris Elmsley. Sends it downfield. Easily picked up in the back, George Carmont. Great defence. Good tackle, Johnny Limmer.
Yeah, good set there by the Bulls. They did everything right. Kick a little misdirected, but they've settled themselves down well after a poor start.
Shane Cooper, Scott Nixon went in to get some running repairs. How did he look making his way to the tunnel?
Yeah, no, Dale, he's just here with me at the moment. He's looking to come back on straight away. He's a nuggety little player. Any chance now, he'll be back on the field.
Hit up time, offload. Running slowly, Corey Palmer, quick play the ball, 5 short of halfway. On it goes for Edwards, now with Tarangi. Tarangi looks to free his arms up, he gets it back on the inside, it's gone backwards. Edwards, play on, Tuakura, stepping up the middle, delivers a nice ball eventually up the back door to Chris Piao. Still going. Chris Piao with an unlikely ball, gets it wide. This is Magali, this is Chris Magali, for the line, Magali! Wonderful try for Chris Magali.
Great work by the Otahuhu side then, and if you're going to beat this Otahuhu side, you've got to put the player with the ball on the ground, and this time they didn't do it enough. George Tuakura this time. Here he is, the big man, takes to the tackle, nice offload, and from then on, the Canterbury Bulls are in all sorts of trouble, especially when Chris Piao spun out of a tackle. Another nice little offload, and great hands here. Chris Magali, he's been in fine form during this finals time, and he backed himself. That's what I like about this guy. Luciano, he's no slouch himself, but a great try to Magali.
Yeah, just some clever interchanging with the passing, some lazy defence, caught out wide. Solomon Kerry there with a fabulous ball round the back door. Chris Magali only one way he was going, pedal down to them on the floor towards the try line. Interesting to note also, one of the problems the Canterbury defence are having, Chris Magali will be exceptionally pleased with himself early on, showing some real pace. Their big men, both Kevin Tahau and Craig Barrow, were found out wide in the defensive line, and if you're going to have two props so close together in your defensive line out wide, especially against the likes of guys like Solomon Kerry and Chris Magali, they're going to make you pay every time.
Mark Elder looking to add the extras, unsuccessful with his one attempt so far this afternoon, looking to convert the try from 24-year-old Chris Magali, scored right in the corner of Carlo Park. Elder waved away. So the second try of the afternoon for the Otahuhu Leopards takes them to an 8-2 scoreline, scored by their 98-kilogram centre, Chris Magali. He's had some experience overseas, had a stint playing for the Lower Clarence in New South Wales, had a run with the American Samoa, Manukau Mangere Eastern, now with Otahuhu, a great finish. Sione gets us underway again from the centre of the park. He saw man. Taps it forward. Canterbury Bulls will be hoping to turn over, force an error. Hamish Reid attracts plenty of attention. 12 from his own line, will play it on the second. Those great names of yesteryear that have been through the Otahuhu club. Names like Nicky Wright and the Yates brothers. Not to mention the more modern day heroes of the club, and Mark Graham, Hugh McGahn. And this man's done them proud as well. A little knock on from Otahuhu, precisely what the Bulls wanted. They get the scrum feed 10 metres inside the Otahuhu half.
Yeah, just pushing the pass a little bit here. They'll be very disappointed with that. I'm sure Esau Man's telling this team, once we score, we have to settle. They can do that for this first half. They should put this game out of doubt.
They have to let the ball do the work, the Canterbury Bulls. A much lighter pack. They have to be mobile. This is the man they call G, Graham Emsley. Powerful running. Emsley, 27-year-old. Now the runner is Gaffer Tuiloma from the Linwood Club in Christchurch. Up he plays it down for Byers. Better running, strong running. Robert Hernandez. Hernandez taken only 5 metres from the line. Will play the ball back now to Byers as it comes through Emsley. The grubber kick through the knock on. The Bulls should get the feed once again.
That's another good set from the Canterbury Bulls. Well-structured side, going through each of their plays very well, finishing with a nice, clever little grubber along the deck, forcing Hari Tarangi on this occasion to come up with a knock-on. Gives them a back-to-back set, which is exactly what they look for when they need to apply the pressure. This is their big play coming up. The next set of six is very important for them.
Emsley, junior Kiwi in 93, captain of the Canterbury Bulls. Will play the ball for Sione. Cut out ball to Nixon. Nixon is close. He's pulled down. 5 metres of work. Byers wants to quick play the ball. Slow to get it. Across it comes now for Enoka Mamoi. Wrapped up 3 metres out from the line. Can Otahuhu hold on as Emsley goes for Nixon. Nixon on the inside, shaping for the line. The run was strong, unfortunately couldn't get there. Sean Norton from dummy half now. The Bulls for the line, held up. Held up. Worth a go though, Te Aropati.
Oh, certainly. They need to come down here. They need to apply as much pressure as they get. They get some nice angle running and the opportunity to come from the acting half area. Nice and low, trajectory towards the line. And he was a 50-50 chance from the moment he picked up that ball.
Emsley once again onto Nixon. Nixon now with Lucisioni. Lucisioni has the ball stripped. It should be a penalty, and it is. Quick tap. Nixon? No, not this time. Finals football, Scotty. They take the tap. Let's hope it pays off for them. Half volley picked up by Mamoi. Enoka Mamoi, 5 metres out from the line now. Big chance. Third set of defence for the Otahuhu Leopards. Can they hold off for the line once again? Sean Norton comes up short. Well, they've had plenty of opportunities, the Red and Blacks. Can they put some points on the board? Wide they come. Emsley. Emsley is there for his brother Graham. Pushed sideways, great defence, Leopards. Pushing them out to the 20 metres. Guffer to Iloma. Morris, Emsley, Scott Nixon. Nixon to Enoka Mamoi. 4. It's 16 tackles in a row now for the Otahuhu Leopards. Nixon, Norton. 5th and final tackle. Up it'll go. Scotty Nixon, sideways and bombing. Here's the chase from the Red and Blacks, who will claim the ball. Lucy Sione taps down. And still alive with Canterbury. Ball is hot, they must keep it working. Canterbury for the line, so close, Canterbury! I think they've got there! What a run! Canterbury score the try! Robert Henardi would not die.
And one place where I think Canterbury have got it over to who was on their bench. This is one of the boys to come off the bench, Robert Henardi. Plenty of experience with St. George in the NRL, and this time he was just too strong. And what they've been doing, and will please Jared Stokes, is dominate possession. This time Scott Nixon, a kick he wouldn't be happy with, but Otahuhu played at the ball. They probably shouldn't have. Resultant ball bouncing down, and Henari, Johnny on the spot. They did well here, and as Dale mentioned, 18 tackles was too much to defend in the end. Little tired. Robert Henari showing plenty of strength. Strength that won him a place in the St. George team, and he's over for a great try.
You hit it right on key, Tony. Their bench, Robert Henari and both Enoka Mamoi out there for the Canterbury Bulls, and they've made a very big impact to this Canterbury Bulls side since coming on. Shane, they've still got Malala Puavavasi to come, and he's an exceptional player on their bench also.
Yeah, they've got a great bench tier. But I suppose the most important thing that's come out of that try, if I'm not too one-sided, it makes it a very, very keen contest, and with 20 minutes to go, the Canterbury side will be very pleased with the start.
There's the kick from wide out. Looks fairly good off the boot, fades late. But a big effort there from Canterbury. They've got to stay in touch with this rampant Otahuhu Leopards team that they have done through the efforts of this man, Robert Henardi, who's playing in Cameron Bell's Māori team, which will contest the World Cup. But what you're looking for is attitude and inspiration. You get both from the big man. He's well pleased, and so he should be. It's a big effort. Looking for the restart now from Mark Elder. 8-6 the scoreline after 20. Byers takes it in. Runners put their hand up. Henardi once again. Quick play the ball. Nicely delivered. Emsley, now Woodgate. Good yardage for the Bulls. 2 plays, 30 metres.
They really are starting to look a little bit like Otahuhu looked in the opening 10 minutes of this match as they shift it wide.
Right on halfway in 3 plays. It's a good effort by the Bulls. Plenty of running. And Enoka Mamoi surging forward. Oh, this is powerful football from the Bulls in the last few minutes. Out of dummy half, Lucy Sione. Oh, they speak about him. They give him rubs, and he gives him 4. Lucian there from nowhere blitzes them.
Well, what a great run by Sione. And it all started from the kickoff, didn't it? Our try scorer, Robert Henari, started off. He took it to the 40, and from there on the forward, just got to roll on. Jared Stokes instructs them short, run from dummy half. Let's get these Otahuhu Leopards forwards on the back heels. And as soon as they did that, Lucian Sione took over, and here he goes. The markers weren't set. Lucian Sione saw a gap right behind the dummy half, and in the end he was too quick.
Yeah, the big Otahuhu guys caught out there again. Lucian Sione is an exceptional talent. He certainly showed us here all the footwork, all the direction that was needed to get him to that try line. An Otahuhu side, especially in the form of Tusalafa'ili on that occasion, caught in behind the ruck area. And when you get a guy like Lucian Sione, who's very, very fleet-footed, you're going to be in all sorts of bother.
Raymond Hubbard, just 18 years of age, nicknamed Smiley. Well, let's hope he's able to smile after this kick at goal. Ray Hubbard. Sure do, not much of a smile on his face, the newly selected junior Kiwi. Ray Hubbard. Canterbury take the lead, it's 12-8.
Lucian Sione, just as we have another look at it, that was Tusalafa'ili just there, reached out, unable to get him, and Lucy will be well pleased with his effort.
Well, especially after putting down the ball in the early exchange, first try could have been attributed to a blue from him. But Lucian Sione outstanding. We've heard the raps, didn't get much of a chance to see him. His religious convictions don't allow him to play football on Saturdays. And certainly Gerard Stokes will be well pleased that this game is being played on a Sunday. Here's Scotty Woodgate. The most experienced player in the Canterbury team, Scott Woodgate. He's almost as old as you, Shane Coop, Scott Woodgate.
Yeah, but what a good player he is. The word on the bench down here at the moment, Dale, is that the Canterbury team's relying on quick play the balls. The only words that's coming off the bench at the moment is quick play the balls, get them with the quick play the balls, and it's working at the moment.
Just the final, right on halfway. Dummy half of Scott Nixon. Downtown, he sends it. Splays between the two players in the end. It's into touch and goal. Restart on the 20.
Once again, it's a very controlled set from the Bulls, and they'd have to be very, very pleased with their work out there. They're just continually rolling the ball over and finishing with some fine kicking.
You're watching the action of the Bartercard Cup final live from Carlaw Park here on Sky. If you've just joined us, Otahuhu, the minor premiers in this inaugural season of the Bartercard Cup, the national club competition. A little forward pass allows the Canterbury Bulls a perfect opportunity. 22 minutes gone, 12-8 is the scoreline, the Bulls over the Leopards.
Got it exactly right, Billy Shrimpton, and that's all credit to Dave Pakiero, who's running the right-hand touchline this afternoon.
Quick break from the scrum base. Now it's with Morris Emsley. Emsley all the way. Oh, the little halfback is celebrating. Clever play from the scrum base, and Morris Emsley puts another one on. The Canterbury Bulls go to 16-8.
And a well-worked move. I'll tell you what, Dean Clark will be very unhappy with his Otahuhu side. 3 mistakes now in their own 20-metre zone. And this time a well-crafted move. The lock there, Johnny Limmer picks up, rids himself off the loose forward, and then the little captain Morris Emsley does what all captains do, get his side on another roll.
Yeah, they really have knocked off the job, Otahuhu, as Morris Emsley just makes a break down their touchline. They really didn't number off correctly with Limmer coming off the back of the scrum. We needed to have an Otahuhu player, especially in the form of Corey Palmer, in and around that ruck area, somewhere behind the scrum. Wasn't to be. And this guy here, Morris Emsley that is, will be very happy. Raymond Hubbard will attempt to add the conversion.
Means a great deal to the Rugby League supporters of Canterbury. The victory here today. It's not been without its problems. The code on the mainland, and a win today will go some way towards restoring the reputation, the proud reputation that is Canterbury Rugby League. Disconsolate looking Otahuhu team, still there's plenty of time as Hubbard looks to add the extras. Swings away late. But still a good lead for the Canterbury Bulls over the Otahuhu Leopards. It's 16-8 after that try to Morris Emsley. There he is, the 25-year-old skipper of the squad from Linwood, a roofer by trade. We'll be celebrating. Big effort. A big effort by the supporters of the Bulls too that have made their way north to Auckland today. Enemy territory, so to speak. The scoreline is 16-8. We're 15 minutes out from half-time. Robert Henare once again with the hit-up, followed by Scott Woodgate. A bit keener it seems. The Otahuhu defence through Esau Mann. Haere Tarangi surprisingly quiet in the opening exchanges.
And that was one of the areas that the Canterbury Bulls, especially Gerard Stokes, pointed to during the week, was that they must close down the Otahuhu forwards and also look to keep a pretty close eye on the likes of Haere Tarangi, who will cause them all sorts of problems. The Bulls come up with an unforced error, and Enuka Mamui will be very, very disappointed with that.
Prior to that, their ball retention stats and completed sets, very impressive. His look says it all, very disappointed. And now Haere Tarangi, this live wire halfback feeds the scrum. They try the same move. Breaking from the back, Chris Pial. Play the ball now, 35 out from the line. Tusa, Lafayette. Big Tusa! Hard to stop him. The big man, Esau Mann. Across they come now for Shane Edwards. The cutout ball goes wide onto Corey Palmer. Palmer wrestled to ground now, 12 metres out from the line, 10 in for the railway stand. Morris Emsley, one of the tacklers. Across it comes now for Shane Edwards. Edwards gets it on for Tarangi. The cutout ball picks up Magele. Chris Magele on the step. Back into the traffic. Magele's still going. Can he free the ball in his arms? He can. And Mamoy is there to close down the danger quickly. And out of dummy half, here comes Esau Mann. He will be held up. He had to have a go. He was so close to the line, Esau Mann.
Well, clever play too. It's realising it's only the fourth tackle, and it was a good chance of getting over the line, if not forcing the ball. That gives them another set of 6. And just paying back exactly what Canterbury have been doing to them for the last 10 minutes.
It's two sides that we see here. Haere Tarangi up to the base of the scrum. Shane Edwards takes a tackle. That are very willing to throw the football around and very, very capable of scoring points when they come down this end of the field.
Tough times now as Eric Pele makes his way onto the field. 5 metres in front of the posts now. Otahuhu have got to be a big chance to come across with the 4-pointer. The ball goes to ground, snaffled on by Byers, and Craig Byers with the ball. Shane it is. Will play the ball 22 out from the line, full of running now the Bulls. Can they turn defence into attack? 2 plays and 26 metres gained. Up the middle goes Scott Woodgate. These are important runs from the right winger. Shane Cooper, he seems to come infield a lot and might have even injured his ankle on that play.
Yeah, but it's a quick play, the Bulls that are getting Canterbury in these good positions. But the talk at the moment of the Otahuhu benches are not too concerned. They know they've got plenty of time, and they know they've got plenty of talented players in their lineup. So they're not at this moment too concerned, but if this man goes in for a try, they might be a little bit more concerned.
This is Tangia Tungia, and he is wrapped up 10 metres from the line. The Bulls full of running. Lucy Sione is there. This is the man, he's very elusive. He goes sideways, he crabs, he goes, he fixes it! He picks it up! Oh, great ball, Lucy Sione! Great ball! And the try goes to the Canterbury Bulls. He held it, and eventually he popped it. Great try to the Canterbury Bulls. Try scorer Guffy Tuiloma.
They said Sione was a special player, and I'm beginning to believe them now because this was a great run. He crabbed across the field. He had plenty of options too. There were players coming from everywhere. In the end, a great work. He just drew the defence. In the end, there was no one left. And Gapa Tuiloma over for a try.
It really is fabulous work. Lucy Sione, we've raved about him, we've talked about him. If there's a basketball equivalent to Michael Jordan, that was it. That was absolutely sensational. But you've also got to go back a few plays and give some credit to both Raymond Hubbard and Tangia, who made the break down the left-hand touchline to set that opportunity up.
So the Otahuhu Leopards shocked by the intensity and pace with which this Canterbury team are playing this final. Looking to add the extras, Ray Hubbard. So tries And the first and 10th minute for Otahuhu responded the 16th, 22nd, 24th, and 29th minutes by the Canterbury Bulls. The kick unsuccessful, but the honours going to Gaffa Tuiloma, 26-year-old, former junior Kiwi. He's played for Western Samoa as well. From the Linwood Club in Christchurch. We'll have another look. Here comes Lucy Sione, confidence, and he could have done no better than this.
And Shane, you can't coach that sort of stuff, can you?
No, like you say, Ter, there's been good talk about him all year, and he's producing the goods at the moment. There was also some talk that the Auckland Warriors are interested in this Lucy Sione, but unfortunately, he doesn't play on Saturdays. But what a great player he is.
Scotty Woodgate with plenty of work as well. 10 minutes out from half-time. You're watching the action of the Bartercard Cup final live on Sky. It is 20 points to 8. Canterbury leading the Otahuhu Leopards. Scott Dixon plays the ball now, and Nukamamoi with the tackle. Lance Coker on the field for Dean Clark. Solomon Kitty, one of the top try scorers in the competition, listed on the bench as well. Surprisingly, the name Dean Clark absent from that list. Early in the season, he used to come on, when his team was in a bit of trouble, and his experience immediately tell him. But obviously, Dean is confident that he has the strike power to take out this final without needing to use his own skills on field.
Well, I think we're about to see how good this Otahuhu side is, because with the scoreline of 20-8, and I know there's plenty of time to go, there is a feeling then that there'll be a feeling amongst the side that they have to score quickly, and players can start doing things they don't normally do. So they've got to settle down, just get the ball and play it in the game in Canterbury Bulls half.
Absolutely right, Tony. They need to just consolidate, go through some sets, finish with a kick, perhaps over the sideline, have a scrum, and get back on track with their game plan, because they are a talented side and you cannot count them out of this match.
Well, Malala Portavase is on the field, and he's made his presence felt with a couple of telling blows and the tackles. Bounce important here. Magele will field the ball. It's gone off Magele and into touch of Otahuhu. Bill Shrimpton getting some assistance from Dave Pakito. But who would have thought it was the same team that were hammered so emphatically by the Leopards a fortnight back? Canterbury Bulls look like a different outfit altogether. Scott Dixon will play the ball 12 short of halfway. Solid defence on Tangia Tongia. That's the hammer. Hamish Reid out of dummy half, fires.
Certainly coming up with some stiff defence, the Otahuhu Leopards, and that's what they really do need. They need to stamp some sort of authority, but it's a Canterbury side that certainly will not lay down, with Malala Puavavasi making a very strong inroad there.
Sean Norton comes across for Nukamamoi. A lot of worry that it's plenty tough and strong through the engine room. Dummy half Sean Lip. Now it's on with this skipper Morris Emsley. Cut out face ball flat. Great defence from the Leopards. Solomon Kitty on the field, top try scorer. Up it goes off the boot of Clayton Harris. The climbers are there. This time it's gone back for Otahuhu. And through the arms of George Tuaikuta, Carmot, Elder.
Really will look to someone to come up with an exceptional play to get them out of the rut they are in at the moment, the Otahuhu Leopards. One guy that can do it. Chris Piao, as he makes a big inroad upfield.
8 short of halfway. Now to Edwards, up the middle to Tua corner. He saw a man from dummy half. Senses an opportunity, skirted wide now for Solomon Kitty. I've been impressed by the defence of the Bulls today. Are really chasing down. They know they're a smaller pack, and they've been on their game. They need to make this tackle. All important, Canterbury Bulls come up with it.
Come here.
Waiting to see what this call is. Tyson Marjorie Banks has been called out.
the foot was going at the face. Were you aiming at that or the ball?
The ball.
I certainly hope so.
Yes, I was.
Okay, I'm going to go with that because the ball was there.
Yep.
Had it better stay out, okay? I don't want to see any more intent like that. Was a knock on there, Canterbury? It's a knock on Canterbury. Ball forward.
Rough stuff.
Well, I'm surprised Tyson answered with the ball there.
Well, there's no other way he could answer, really. Bill Shrimpton doing a good job refereeing on that occasion. Benefit of the doubt going there is Solomon Kitty gets the ball. 40 metres out. Down 12 on the scoreboard. Shot. The Otahuhu Leopards. Dummy half, no for man. Man. 18 in centre field. Building. Edwards, dummy half. Up the middle, Herman Lamuffa. Lamuffa comes to grief, 5 metres short. Dummy half as he saw man. He might go from dummy half. He will go to Edwards. Edwards over the top they go. Wide for Corey Palmer. Palmer can't get through. 5 metres up from the line. Now the Otahuhu Leopards pressing at the line. They want more on the scoreboard. Here's Hare Tarangi out the back door. He goes out the back for Chris Piao. Piao pops the pass. It goes to Nixon. Nixon is impeached about 8 out from the line. 15 out now. It's not Woodgate. Again a telling run. Have another look at the ball getting turned over here. Scott Nixon, Johnny on the spot. 5 out from half-time. 20 points to 8. The Bulls over the Leopards as Byers is grasped 5 short of halfway. Clayton Harris. Clever thinking from the youngster. As it comes back now, sent infield, Scott Niwa. Now it's Corey Palmer and the red and blacks. Defending like we haven't seen them for some time. Terrific defence. As he saw Man gets the ball, and they got numbers this time. Man trying to get away. Can't in the end from Tungia. Also Craig Barrow getting involved heavily now. Hammer time up the middle. 3 defenders. In fact, there's 4 in the mix. Edwards, ball to ground. Canterbury again.
But to know to whose side they really are looking to go wide. They need to lay some foundation. They need men one off the ruck, making the yards, just as the Canterbury Bulls side are doing. Some very basic football is what is needed by this Otahuhu side if they're going to climb their way back into this match.
Nixon goes for Norton. Sean Norton will play the ball back for Lucy Sione, this very dangerous fullback. Now Nixon once again. Malala Puavase. He'll play the ball 15 short of the line, centre field. 20 points to 8. What a lead for the Canterbury Bulls in this final. Morris Emsley. Up the middle goes Emsley. Cut down while it was looking very dangerous. Still, the danger has not subsided for the Otahuhu Leopards as Craig Barrow frees his arms. One out the back door from Barrow. Five short of the line. Emsley into the end goal. Who is there? It's Mark Elder. Elder can't get away from Nixon. Assistance there for Sean Norton.
Well, Jared Stokes has really done his homework, hasn't he? They're finding easy yards up the middle of the field. They're dominating the play of the ball. And this Otahuhu side, who, remember, have only played twice in the last month, are beginning to struggle a bit. This is a relieving penalty. They need it. They're looking a bit out on their feet out there.
I've really got to disagree with Billy Shrimpton on this occasion. The ball was played. Certainly he had every right. He was entitled to play at that ball. Hopefully we'll have another look at it.
Shane Edwards. Well, the Canterbury team, Shane Coop, have really kept the halves in check, haven't they? We're talking Hare Tarangi, Shane Edwards. There's another look.
Yeah, as we just see that, I think Tia was probably right. They're a little bit harsh done by there. But Gerald Stokes and the Canterbury team have done a great job on Hare Tarangi and Shane Edwards. They've been very quiet, but isn't it a great game of rugby league? Both sides are going at it hammer and tong. There's plenty of mouth out there. Both sides have got a lot to say to each other. As we see a good split here by Otahuhu in the dying minutes of the half.
Tarangi gets the ball from Shane Edwards, cut down by Lucy Sione. Up the middle they come. Great hands, Edwards spins, delivers wide. Magali's there, Chris Pio is there. The ball's gone backwards. It's passed on by Gaffa Tuiloma.
A Canterbury side that's just into everything. They're scrambling, they're desperate, they're doing all the things that you want to be doing in grand final football. They're coming up with all the smart players. They're managing to keep this Otahuhu side out, who are hot on attack, throwing everything they have got in. But perhaps what the Otahuhu side need to do is calm down and play some basic football and claw themselves back into this match as Scotty Nixon approaches the halfway mark.
Plenty of tickers. Scott Nixon, Clayton Harris having an outstanding contribution. Now it's Morris Amsley. Steers it up the middle and the runners come through. It's Guffey Tuiloma, the try scorer. 5 metres inside the Otahuhu half now as they work it across through Nixon. He's a live wire. He's had plenty to say. Clayton Harris now. And Nixon taken down in back play. 50th final, it's the call. Now it's down for Amsley. Amsley decides he'll launch it. No one there on the chase. Comes through for Corey Palmer. Palmer is away. Palmer is shadowed. Still with Corey Palmer. Gets it back on the inside to Carmont. Carmont plays the ball quickly. Not allowed to play the ball. Scott Nixon, trouble back play. Here comes Tarangi. Hane Tarangi wins. Run down, Hane Tarangi.
I guess that really does explain everything, doesn't it? Hardy Tarangi's made a breakdown field. Well, the rest of the Otahuhu side.
Hane Tarangi's copped one. And half-time it is.
The rest of the Otahuhu side.
What a first half it has been.
Well back on the other side of the halfway line, which wouldn't please their coach Dean Clark, and I'm sure he won't be very happy with his Otahuhu side as they head in for the half-time break.
There's plenty of emotion in that first 40 minutes, and why wouldn't there be? This is grand final football of the Bartercard Cup 2000. At half-time from Carlo Park, the action live on Sky. You've got a scoreline: the Canterbury Bulls 20, the Otahuhu Leopards 8. We'll be back after this.
Canterbury and the speed at which they're playing this game, and Shane Cooper, would you have picked such a result at half-time, Canterbury being up 20 points to 8?
No, definitely not, Pete. Not the way that Otahuhu have played all season. They've been tremendously, you know, a great outfit all season, but this Canterbury side are really giving it to them, and that's what finals football's all about. It's about who performs on the day, and Canterbury are really taking the game to them.
Well, at the moment they're playing smart as well. The speed of the game, it's starting to catch Otahuhu, a football side that's not played a lot of football over the last 3-4 weeks.
And like you alluded to earlier on, it's going to catch up with them, and it has done. The quick play the balls that Canterbury are producing at the moment, they're getting Otahuhu on the back foot, and they're making plenty of good yardage down the middle, and it's paying off for the Canterbury side.
And what about this fullback for the Canterbury Bulls? Is it Lucy Sione? What a player.
Yeah, what a player is. He's got some religion that doesn't allow him to play on Saturdays, but he's worth his weight in gold today. I'm quite sure that they're pleased it's a Sunday they're playing. Yep, Josh is good.
Well, joining me now, Ruben Wiki. Pick up that flag, mate. Show us what you're proud about.
Hey? It's been my club for a long time, and just got off the plane straight to the Carlo Park and watching the boys down by 12, but I reckon they'll come back in the second half.
The reason for coming home, specifically to watch this final?
And plus we're going to camp. We've got the camp training with the boys, Auckland-based boys here, and it's hard to train by myself in Canberra.
But it's hard to get you out of bed and get along there and run those 400s. Do you still do 400s?
Probably not as much now, but we're starting to get touch the ball a bit with Benetti, Graham Norton, so we're good.
And there seems to be a growing trend amongst your professional footballers now with what you put on top of that lid there.
Something different, mate. You've got to hide the grey hairs, you know.
Is that what front row forwards wear?
Front row, second rows, anything, mate. But I'm just happy to be back and see the boys.
And you're looking forward to the World Cup?
Yeah, I can't wait, mate, to get over there.
If there was a disappointment about season 2000, I guess it's that lingering Anzac Test that's still in your head?
Yeah, I actually watched it in the stand. It was very hard watching the boys go down by that much. Yeah. But I think payback's due, I think.
And payback due for the second 40 for Otahuhu?
I hope so, mate.
Good luck.
Well, there's the story. It's the halftime stats. The Canterbury Bulls leading Otahuhu by 20 points to 8. Well, there you go. Time and possession. The Canterbury Bulls, after a shaky start, really came back strongly, didn't they, Sarah? And looking at the time in the opposition half, they really put the pressure on Otahuhu, much to the surprise of the crowd that have gathered here at Carlaw Park. 20 points to 8.
Yeah, it is very surprising to the predominantly Otahuhu. As you look at Mark Graham in the crowd, he won't be enjoying this, or perhaps he will be enjoying this, especially with the former players like Lucy Sione, who may perhaps call on a little later. But time and possession gone the Canterbury way. The number of sets completed, 14 to 8 to the Canterbury Bulls. So that really does tell the story of the whole match. They've gone about their work extremely well. They've completed their sets. They've finished with a good kicking game. On the other hand, the Otahuhu side, they've come up with too many errors, and too many of them errors have been forced.
Well, the Canterbury fans that have made their way to Carlaw Park well satisfied at half-time. 20 points to 8, their team lead the Otahuhu Leopards in the final of the Bartercard Cup 2000. Stay with us, we've got 40 minutes of top action coming to you right after this here on Sky.
If it's golf, it's not where or when, it's what. Robert Watt.
If there's a better way to make your day, we'll have it, or we'll find it.
And now Robert Watt is helping you find that extra swing into spring with 5 to 50% off everything in the shop, but only while stocks last. Robert Watt at the Takapuna Golf Shop.
Takapuna Golf Course turns beginners into pros.
Even the best ideas will fail if they're not held together properly. It's time to call EDL Fasteners. EDL Fasteners is the preferred supplier for many famous New Zealand products. EDL Fasteners' total solutions package of price, ISO 9002 quality, customer service, design expertise and inventory support helps keep factories working, costs down and consumers happy. For fasteners that can give you a competitive edge, call EDL Fasteners. Our reputation for excellence is built on 25 years of experience.
Golf socks, $14. Golf shoes, $180. Designer golf pants, $130. Entertaining your mates? Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Friend to golfers everywhere.
And that's what it's all about this afternoon here. The Bartercard Cup, the grand final between the Otahuhu Leopards, the minor premiers, in season 2000 up against South Island's only provincial rep, the Canterbury Bulls. And at the moment at half-time, Canterbury leading 20 points to 8, maybe in the minds of some, an upset when you look at the power of Otahuhu and the way they performed last time these two sides met. But as Shane Cooper alluded to prior to the break, or just after, that in fact it's about finals football and it's about what happens on the day. In Canterbury at the moment, they're playing smart and certainly playing an extremely fast game off the ground. Quick play the balls, getting momentum, and at the moment Otahuhu just hanging on. They need to come out in the second half. They need to score first if they want to be in with a crack here. So not long now, the second 40. Let's rejoin our commentary team of Tony Iro, Ter Ropati and Dale Husband.
Thank you, Perfect Pete. It's great to have you here celebrating here at Carlaw Park. Bartercard Cup 2000, 40 minutes of action left, 22 rounds of football, top 5 playoff, and the season comes down to 40 minutes of hard grind. The Canterbury Bulls, who would have thought that they would turn around at half-time 20 points to 8 up Last time these two teams met, they were down 30 points. There's Esau Man. He will be a telling factor if they lift themselves off the canvas and come back and claim this cup and the title for the year 2000. The Canterbury supporters well buoyed by their performance in the first half. Dean Clark, not too many signs of nerves. He's an experienced player, he's been around plenty. Bill Shrimpton kept control well in the first 40 minutes. There is a lot of emotion in this match, as you would imagine. And it looked as though it might flare up on a couple of occasions. Bill Shrimpton did well to keep it in check. You're watching the action of the Bartercard Cup live on Sky. It's 20 points to 8 as we start the second half. And a little knock on in the end goal, and immediately putting themselves under pressure. Tony Edel, that's precisely what Dean Clark would have wanted.
Oh, definitely, and Jared Stokes will be disappointed in that because they dominated that first half so much, Canterbury. It's amazing, you know, like as underdogs, you have to look for every advantage and every little trick you can find, and they certainly pulled all the right strings in the first 40. This won't do them any good, and now it's up to Otahuhu to settle down. They don't have to score off the first tackle. They have to realise that they've got 40 minutes of football. They tough it out, they'll get right back into this game.
George Tuakura sets them. Nice field position now. It's on to Hammer. Hamish Reid from Kaikohe. He's played in numerous clubs throughout here and Australia. The cutout ball, flat. Comes a cropper.
And one of the little tricks that Jared Stokes has was to intimidate Hare Tarangi. They've done that both physically and mentally today, and he's had a hard time of it. He showed what he can do in the last 10 minutes of opening half. He needs to be more creative with the ball and just take his time.
Canterbury through Guffer Tuiloma scored one try in the first half. We'll be looking to add extras this afternoon. In the second, Scott Nixon attracted plenty of attention. Sean Norton now with a run, takes him 5 metres short of halfway. Shane Byers delivered some quality ball from the dummy half spot, the hooker. Out to Morris Amsley. Amsley across to his brother G. Now Scotty Woodgate leaves it behind. He'll play the ball 1 metre inside the Otahuhu half. Graham Emsley. Across now from Woodgate, goes to Emsley. Kicking game all important in the second half, Shane Coop.
Yeah, it is important, Pete. The word from the benches is the Canterbury Bulls are obviously very pleased with their effort, and they want to just consolidate, just do what they're doing, the quick play of the Bulls. On the Otahuhu bench, Coach Dean Clark's a little bit disappointed in the individual performances of some of his key men, and he feels they're pushing the panic button a little bit too early in the attacking half.
Here's Otahuhu on the split. Lucy Sione is called upon to make a desperate try-saving tackle. Dummy half was Hare Tarangi. They want quick delivery, they get it. He saw a man, holds up the pass momentarily, then gets it across for Corey Palmer. Palmer unable to deliver, will be tackled centre field at 22. Edwards, back it goes now for Esau Man. Gap up the middle for Esau Man. Will take it all the way himself. Slams the ball down as the try called home it is. Precisely what the doctor ordered for Otahuhu. They bounce back early in the second half. After 3 minutes, the scoreline goes to 20-12.
And if Dean Clark had plenty to say at half-time, I'm sure the captain, Esau Man, had plenty to say, and he's followed up his words with his actions, because it was great work from the hooker. Initially, it was Tyson Marjoriebanks showing plenty of pace for a second rower. Sione had plenty of work to do, but made a great covering tackle. But Esau Man, plenty of strength, showed the dummy, and then took the fullback on, Sione again, who just made a great cover tackle. Not good enough that time.
It's very important that the Otahuhu Leopards did come up with some points next to this match. And Esau Man has given them exactly what they would want in the opening stanza of this half. That brings them back in contention in this match. And it gives them some sort of platform to now lay down for themselves. And get back to exactly how they have played the other 20 or so rounds in this Bartercard Cup earlier.
Mark Elder, the responsibility of picking up the 2 points. We're looking at a 2014 scoreline if he is successful. Elder raises the flags and the hopes of the Otahuhu supporters. Mark Elder converting that try from Esau Man. The 28-year-old captain of the Otahuhu squad. We'll get another look at it. He's had runs with Narrandera in Australia, Auckland, Counties Manukau Heroes, Tonga, who he's represented since 1992, and he will be on the plane and in the red and white colours of Tonga in the World Cup of the year 2000. Lucy Sione now, the restart, and he will send it right down deep. It's taken in the end goal. Hit up time, George Tuakura. Dummy half, Esau Man. No shortage of runners. Forwards prepared to put their hands up. 20-14, 35 minutes of play to go. Wide, Tuakura, tracked by Barrow. To ground, 32 metres out from the line. Short side. This time it's Paul Palmer. Shane Edwards, now Lance Coker. Tackled too short of halfway, Coker. Craig Barrow, the tackler. Esau Man, Lance with Shane Edwards. A running kick with the left foot. Bounces up sweetly for Lucy Sione. Well chased too, Shane Edwards. Takes him 15 out from his own line.
Dean Clark's been waiting half an hour for that set. Great little set now. They've got to consolidate. Canterbury have been finding it too easy, especially in the first half, at getting yards in their own half of the field. Canterbury forwards have got to muscle up and meet the Bulls on the advantage line.
With the ball, Morris Emsley. Runners this time around for Canterbury, Kevin Tahoe. Out it comes for Nixon. Very important that he has a strong 40, Nixon. That kick, not so good, taken by Mark Elder. Quarters straightened. Tackled by Sean Norton. Tarangi, Eric Pellier. Into Byers. Assistance there from Barrow and also with Emsley. 2014, offloads. Canterbury leading in the offloads and the line breaks. Hard to stop when they're getting these good passes back on the inside. That one goes to ground. That's with Edwards. A little bit high. Referee will leave that one. Good refereeing by my call. Now Pellier, powerful running. Inspirational, you need to be driving into the defensive line. They're going to tackle you, you might as well make them hurt. Tuakura with the Cook Islands rep team for the World Cup. We'll be playing alongside Tony Edor. So the call goes. Now Otahuhu in great field position. 8 minutes gone. Here is Esau Man for the line. 2 metres out for the final tackle. Edwards. Runners. Who's got the ball? It's Hadi Tarangi, and he collects the 4 points. Hadi Tarangi. Otahuhu back in the frame in a big way.
In the last 5 minutes, Otahuhu are going back to the game that we know them so well, their power game, and it's come through their big forwards. George Tuakura, Marjorie Banks have all been prominent, and if they can get some go forward, it's the little blokes and do the damage. This time, Hadi Tarangi very quick on his feet. Canterbury Bulls had plenty of numbers there, but Twinkle Toes Hadi celebrates in the right time, and he does well here. But as we say, you can lay the platform with the forwards, the little blokes can do the damage, and that's what Hadi did. Let's pump it up, he says, boys.
Well pumped up, young Hadi Tarangi. Drafted into the Auckland Warriors from the Bay of Plenty as a 16-year-old. Hasn't had the opportunities in that situation that he might have liked, but he's certainly been very effective for Dean Clark. So Marjorie Banks scores in the first minute, Magali in the 10th. Esau Man the 5th of the second half, and 3 minutes later, it's Hadi Tarangi. Hennard has scored 4 tries so far for the Canterbury squad as Mark Elder looks to add the extras. This will draw them level if he is successful. So splices it. No extras, 2 points in the ball game, 10 minutes gone in the second half, half an hour of action left in the Bartercard Cup. It's 20 points to 18, the Bulls over the Leopards. Well, he was always threatening to explode at some stage, Haritarangi, Shane Cooper, and really that was an opportunity close to the line, one that he is very adept at capitalising on.
Yeah, any little half gap he'll exploit, and that's what he done on that occasion. But down here on the bench, both sides injury-free going into the last half hour. I've just got the feeling that Otahu's getting on one of them roles that they're very good at and very hard to stop.
Well, there is no doubting the fitness levels of this Canterbury squad, talking with their coach Jared Stokes last week, saying that he believes they are the fittest team in the competition. The players have taken an exceptionally professional attitude towards that training requirement right from pre-season, and they've maintained that throughout the year, which is evident to the fact of, I guess, them being in this grand final. Both teams very fit, and by the sound of things, still very confident from the bench. Here's Esau Man.
It's been interesting, the change in Otahu's game. They're probably one of the poorest halves we've seen from Otahu this season. But, you know, a quick talk in the changing room. They've gone back to their disciplined game, and now they're starting to really make some inroads in this Bulls defence.
Tarangi, 5 metres inside the Bulls half. Esau Man decides he'll grub it downfield. Bounces up sweetly in the end. Otahuhu, great chase from Esau Man. So the predominantly Canterbury support, the Otahuhu support, I should say, Carlo Park, starting to rally behind their squad as they sense another trophy for the cabinet of the proud Otahuhu Rovers Rugby League Club. Perhaps the premier club in New Zealand, some would suggest. Certainly a very proud reputation. Now Shane Byers attracts plenty of attention as well over the top. No game for the faint-hearted. Shane Byers took one. Plays it back for Morris Emsley. Downtown off the boot of Nixon. Corey Palmer takes it. 20 from his own line. Palmer gets through. Then gets the offload. Wheels down the left-hand side. This is George Carmont. Now it's Tarangi. Hadi Tarangi! Is it under the posts? Tarangi calls for the supporters to go crazy. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Twice in 5 minutes now, Tarangi. And what a turnaround for this Otahuhu side. It was Corey Palmer who did all the damage. He was outnumbered in his initial run. Did well to let George Carmont loose. And Tarangi, the good little halfback, backing up. And as much as Lucius Sione, he's got plenty of toe.
Bounce back in a way that any coach would smile. Dean Clark watching his charges, starting there with Corey Palmer and finishing with Tarangi.
Yeah. Nafatui Loma really left on his own, and Tarangi was always going to score under the bar. Lucius Sione been a brave effort to try and turn and chase. There's only one man raising the roof, and that's Tarangi. Just some lazy defence creeping in from the Canterbury Bulls. And if you're going to get lazy on players like Tarangi and co, you're going to be in all sorts of bother.
And he adds the extras. There's Mark Elder. Canterbury retake the lead. It's been a while. 24-20. 13 minutes of play gone in the second half. And once again, the finisher, young Tarangi.
But Palmer did all the hard work here, and great support by Carmont. He drew Sione well enough for little Tarangi to put this Otahuhu side, which are quickly getting very dangerous.
Otahuhu. A spring in their step, as you would expect. They've come out fired up in the second half and really made their presence felt. Esau Man's led by example, Tusalapaele. Loses the ball in the tackle. And a knock on. The Canterbury Bulls get the scrum feed. 22 out from the line. They bring on the big man. This is not what he would have wanted. But certainly it's been a useful ploy throughout season 2000 for Dean Clark. Right when the opposition forwards are tiring, he brings on the Giants. Emsley does it. Nixon, double around. Lucy Sione, clever play. Here's Otahuhu Leopards. Pulled down, 22 out from the line. 10 to the right-hand side of the post. Nixon goes to dummy half. Lucy Sione. Sione staggers. No way through. Wrapped up by the blue and whites. Struggling to his feet, he gets there now. Out of dummy half, Clayton Harris. A run for the posts. Harris will play it 5 short of the line. The Bulls wanting to respond. Another try. Will again raise their confidence levels. Pops the pass late out to Inuka Mamoi. Little dummy from Mamoi. Running strongly. Penalty for a high tackle on Tusa Lafaele.
Certainly was very high from Tusa Lafaele, and Billy Shrimpton right on the spot. With the penalty, Inuka Mamoi. He'll get back up, 106 kgs. He's plenty big, plenty strong. He'll come again. Canterbury Bulls weigh up the options. Do we take 2 or do we run it, Tony?
Oh, you've got to run it, I think, at this stage. They've been running it from the first minute. They ain't going to change now.
Can the Canterbury Bulls test this Otahuhu defensive line? I'm sure they will, and it will unfold in the next 5 tackles. Harris to dummy half. Inuka Mamoi. Possibly a little flat to be any trouble, as Lance Coker easily claims him. 10 to the left-hand side of the post. Now with their skipper, Emsley. Emsley to his brother, Graham. G manages to get one away. Ngafma to Iloma. No way through there. Woodgate to dummy half. Across for Emsley. The wide ball finds Nixon. Then they go even wider still to Norton. Norton swung to ground. 12 out from the line. Good defence so far in the set by the Leopards. Nixon. Short ball comes to Robert Henare. Out the back door, he offloads. Comes across the back. This is Clayton Harris on the 5th and final tackle. Pointing to the air is Lucy Sione. Across it comes now for Morris Emsley. The grubber kick through from Emsley. The pick up, important. The pass to Sione, important. The try to Sione, absolutely important. They're back on the board. 24 all.
Yeah, that's some fine work from the Bulls again. They plugged away and plugged away. They went wide on tackle 4, came back in, and then just a clever little kick along the deck, and some good following up by Morris Emsley. As we have a look at him, just on the deck, nothing too heavy, just follows it through, gets a lucky bounce, and that man, Lucy Sione, who's everywhere, comes up with another 4-pointer.
And just as SL Man, the captain of Otahuhu Leopards, got his side back into the game, this time it's Emsley, the captain of Canterbury, who does a little kick. Lucy Sione, Johnny on the spot again, and he's having a great game.
They really haven't had too many opportunities in this half, but they've got down there on this occasion, and look at the kick. Spots another 2 points. They really have come away with the points when they've made their way down this half on most occasions this afternoon, and this time was no exception either. Lucy Sione having an outstanding afternoon work out there today.
Here's another look at it, and really Shane Cooper, you know, they were in enormous pressure because they conceded 3 tries. It looked like Otahuhu was just starting to get the roll on, get some momentum behind them. They needed to score that try to stay in the hunt, and a perfect timing for them.
Yeah, great way to respond for them 3 tries. But while that try was being scored for Canterbury, we had 2 try scorer Harry Tarangi on the sideline with nice pack on his nose. He's now back on the field and looking to inject himself once more.
So an intriguing time of the second half as we approach the 3-quarter mark of the match. 26-24 is the scoreline. A period of consolidation. I think we're just going to see this ball going all across the park as Emsley collects. Looking for the runners in Inuka Mamoi. Well wrapped up at the back by Chris Powell. 5 short of halfway. Emsley first receipt on the left. Now the little kick through. That was unexpected play. Otahuhu recover through Mark Elder. Down 2 points on the scoreboard. 26 plays 24. The Bulls over the Leopards.
Otahuhu side very slow to get back on side. Hardy Tarangi shifts it wide. Hardy Tarangi out wide rather. Takes a tackle on the 20-metre line.
He's wrapped up on the 20. Esau Man slides into dummy half. Looking for his runners now, and he finds a willing worker in Chris Piel. Compressed defence here from Canterbury, working well. Tusalafele makes every run a telling one. Attracts 3 or 4 defenders every time. Now Shane Edwards under some pressure, and his kick not quite as good as he might have hoped for. Lucy Sione once again, this elusive fullback, again makes a positive run as Scott Woodgate comes in to back up. 5 metres inside the half now. The Leopards. And a hole opens up. Clayton Harris says thank you for 15. Takes him to 25 out. Centre field. Big chance now for the Bulls if they keep it on. Here comes Nixon. Runs just too far. Clayton Harris with options right and left. This time he goes to Morris Emsley. Emsley with the floater to Scotty Woodgate. Leaves it behind, does Woodgate. Pounced on by Otahuhu. Back in the inside, Magale gets it on now for Carmont. Carmont wrapped up by Lucy Sione.
He's very unlucky there, Carmont, because he had Hardy Tarangi on his right-hand side, just failed to see him. Otherwise, it could have been another try to the little halfback.
Scotty Niwa. Scooter, they call him. Plenty of pace. He's wrapped up on the far side of the field. 35 out from the line now. Chris Peel once again gets the ball, gets it loose, shakes it across to Esau Man. Man down to Hammer. Hammer gets the ball, and he's upended. Hammer will play it 20 out. Esau Man, the danger is still there for Otahuhu, but it's picked up by the Bulls. Nafa Tuiluma was the man on the spot. And it could have been so dangerous had it have gone into blue and white hands.
And really, the Otahuhu Leopards very, very unlucky on that occasion. Johnny Limmer was in an offside position when he tackled Esau Man, and really, they should have been pulled up for a penalty, and at worst, I guess if he didn't tackle him, the Otahuhu Leopards come away with another 4 points.
Nixon plays the ball down, 22 from the line, and Scott Woodgate injects himself into the attacking line once again. Inside now, Robert Henare. Malala Vasa. 5 short of the halfway. On the 5th and final tackle, Morris Emsley is there. Emsley needs to get rid of that football. He does, the bounce, and then offside. I thought that Morris Emsley maybe held it just fractionally longer than he should have. Ray Hubbard, unfortunately for the Canterbury Bulls, slightly offside.
That defence is very short on the right-hand side. That tempted Emsley to have a little dart down there. In the end, it didn't pay off. He might have been better off to get the kick down and play it deep in Otahuhu's half. But what a game, and testament to the great year that the Bartercard has in its inaugural season.
George Tuakura is wrapped up, 32 from the line. Man, Reed, 22 now from the line. 17 minutes of play left, 2 points in it, 26-24. Double around, finds Esau Man, now Lemafa. Looking to free up the hands and deliver, he wisely goes to ground with the football, and a penalty. No, play on, says the referee. Now it's with Lance Coker. Out the back door with a beautiful slide, and a scooter is wrapped up 6 short. And a dummy half, Elder. Elder for the line. Inches in it. 5th and final tackle now. The Bulls need to hold on. Esau Man is close. Now it's with Edwards. The grubber kick is picked up by Lucy Sione. Tackled in the field of play. The Bulls survive.
Yeah, some great work there from the Otahuhu, as we see another loose play from the Canterbury Bulls. Some good work from the Otahuhu Leopards. The big guys, George Tuakura and Hamish Reid, laying some platform for them to be able to put something on. This time they'll need them to come up with some pretty good defence, and that was the Hammer, putting some good strong defence in again as we see him wrapping up the Canterbury Bull.
Clayton Harris trying hard all day up the middle, picked up some good meterage. Centre field, remember, 2 points in it downtown. Scott Nixon's had a clever game this afternoon. Shane, you'd be proud of the way that he's directed his team across the park.
Yeah, no, he's had an excellent game, and that was a better kick, although the chase wasn't so good. I feel that the Canterbury boys are starting to fall off a few tackles, and they'll have to be aware of this Otahuhu side who can score at any occasion.
Now Otahuhu through Chris McGilly. Play it 5 metres out from 5 metres in the half of the Canterbury Bulls. They split it wide. Scott Niwa. Niwa keeps it alive. Back on the inside, Shane Edwards. Straight and hard running from Herman Lamafa. 35 from the line now. He saw man. Winding up to a cut-up. On the inside, Hamish Reid leaves the ball behind. This is Robert Hennard. This is Lucy Sione. This is Lucy Sione. Can he go? He's still there. Oi! Centre field 20. Thought he might have gone the whole way. He's had such an outstanding afternoon as Lucy Sione. Malala Buavasa will play the ball 10 from the line. Dummy half is Morris Emsley. He gets it across for Scotty Nixon. Nixon across now, and this is Graham Emsley. Emsley tries one up the back door to Nguffa Tuiloma. It's been knocked on. The scrum feed will go the way of the Canterbury Bulls, and they are in fine position. How will they utilise this set of 6? That's the question on everyone's lips.
They certainly are firing all cannons at the Otahuhu Leopards on this occasion. Graham Emsley, the ball out the back door, knocked on by the Otahuhu Leopards. But Lucy Sione didn't go in on that occasion. He just about ran the whole field. One thing you can just about be certain of, if you're going to put your money on someone to score another try in this match, get it on Lucy Sione. He's on fire.
Emsley, they break. The short feed again. Lima offloads to Morris Emsley. He is 5 metres short. Another try made, just win this final. So the Otahuhu Leopards shore up their defence. Late. Across comes Mamoy. Now it's Nixon. Nixon gets it on to Norton. Norton's run down, just 5 metres short of the line. 10 to the left-hand side of the post. He will play the ball back for Clayton Harris. Harris now. A soaker. A settler. Dummy half is Robert Hennard. Now it's Morris Elmsley back on the inside. A worked move on the 5th and final tackle. Morris Elmsley, will he go up or keep it low? Nixon decides we'll go through the hands. That might have surprised a few as the grubber from Lucy Sione is a winner. The grubber is a winner. I'm not saying the game is won, but they've gone some way towards achieving that result. Lucy Sione, everything he touches this afternoon turns to gold, and Canterbury go to a 30-24 lead.
Really is some clinical work again from the Canterbury Bulls. As we have another look at it from the acting half area. Wide ball by Scotty Nixon. Just fired on. Lucy Sione. His hand went straight up from the moment he kicked that ball. I said, put your money on Lucy Sione to score. He didn't score on this occasion, but he certainly had a big part to play in this as we see him put a clever little rubber kick along the deck, and Tony, really no stopping that.
No, it was a well-worked move too, because all the Otahuhu players expected the kick, but a lot earlier from their halves, and in the end they just had no numbers back, and Hubbard's got plenty of pace, and as soon as Lucy Sione kicked that ball, he knew it was try time. He saluted the crowd straight away, and tough work now for the Otahuhu. Pray that he misses this kick.
Scotty Nixon from wide out, looking to add the extras important. Hits the post. Well, 6 points in the ball game. 11 minutes of action left here on Sky, live from Carlo Park. It's Bartercard Cup 2000. Well, this try scored by Ray Hubbard, the 19-year-old junior Kiwi, and off the boot of Lucy Sione, who hasn't put a foot wrong all afternoon. Now Otahuhu need to turn over possession, get the ball, force an error. 6 points down on the scoreline. Malala Puavasa. Some keen work. Bringing it, now it's with the local Mamoy. Minutes of play left in this final. One try in at 30 plays 24. Solid George Tuakura. But still the offload is good. Clayton Harris up the middle. Harris goes across for Scotty Nixon. He can't hold it. Play on, says the referee. With the ball is George Carmont. Back on the inside. And Morris Emsley very, very nearly called out. Hare Tarangi's incensed by the shot.
Hare Tarangi really does need to focus on this match at hand, because they've got one on their hands, and the Otahuhu Leopards certainly need him on deck, full of concentration, rather than arguing with linesmen and carrying on. They'll need him in full flight if they're going to get back in this match, as they get a penalty that sees them surge upfield, heading into the Otahuhu Canterbury Bulls 20-metre zone.
Here's another look. We'll see Morris Emsley coming across. Morris Slap perhaps looked worse than it was. Chris Margellia now, centre field. Otahuhu need to strike back. Centre field in 22. They float the ball over now for Tarangi. Tarangi. Tyson Marjoribanks. Ball comes back, still with Tarangi. Now Corey Palmer. Palmer, they need to hold the ball. Dangerous times here now for Canterbury, as the Otahuhu Leopards set themselves for another charge at the line. Here's Eshel Man, he won't go there himself. He does it this time. Still spread deep and wide. Ominous signs for the Bulls. Across it comes now for Tarangi. Up the middle comes Shane Edwards. Edwards keeps it alive again for Tarangi. Staggered, holding up. Edwards once again, up the middle they come. Solomon Kitty. He's left that 5 short. Dummy half as Eshel Man. Man back on the inside to Hammer Reid. It's Hamish Reid. Hamish Reid is there. Hamish Reid is held up. So says referee Bill Shrimpton.
Hand over. Last tackle.
And worse by Otahuhu, 2/5 tackle, so it's a handover to the Bulls. They've hung on by the skin of their teeth with that one. But great work. Oh. Hammer's hammered that one, and that's for sure, but it doesn't show it on the scoreboard.
Well, that was a very, very tough call. And let's hope that it's not the call that denies this blue and white team an opportunity to hold the Bartercard Cup aloft. Certainly looked as though it was a chance for 4. Still on we go. 7 minutes of play and 6 points in the match. Right next to the post, you would have assumed that the conversion would have been successful. Powerful running. Robert Henner there. Across it comes now for Morris Emsley. The Little Generals had a fine game this afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed the action here of the Bartercard Cup. Right throughout the season, and indeed this grand final, coming to you from Carlaw Park. Seeing some great performances from teams like Nongataha, Porirua, Wainuiomata, and of course the Auckland-based teams, Eastern Tornadoes. Here's a breakaway on the far side almost. 30 metres from their own line, the Otahuhu Leopards. 6 minutes of play remaining on the clock. Coop, it's a really exciting time. I suppose it'll be disappointment in the Otahuhu camp, thinking that maybe Hammer got that ball down.
Yeah, they can't believe it down here on the bench. They can't believe the fact that the referee didn't award the try, but it comes down to they've got in-goal touch judges, and he's made the call.
Here's the man in question, Hamish Reid. Play it now, 40 up from the line, Eshel Man. He needs some spark. Is this the kick that will provide it? Pressure on Lucy Sione. He climbs and he takes it well. Sione certainly outstanding today.
As well as Sione, if Canterbury go on to win this game, they can also thank their little men who've done plenty of work around the rucks. Woodgate now, this must be his 20th hit up. Tongi has been strong, and of course Nixon and Emsley controlled it, and they've done plenty of work out of dummy half themselves.
After being so dominant throughout the round robin, the Otahuhu team have come up against the team this time around who came intent on taking away the cup. The Canterbury Bulls have played outstandingly this afternoon. The grubber kick through is coughed up, and the Bulls have another charge at the line with 5 to go. 6 on the scoreboard. Another try will seek the Leopards out of dummy half, and towards the try line goes the big man. That's Kevin Tahoe. He will play the ball back to Maurice Emsley. Emsley now for the line. This time around, it looks as though he won't have it. He calls it home. It is. It is Malala Puavasi. And the Canterbury Bulls put the nail in the coffin. There was 6, now there's 10 on the chase. What a display it's been from Gerard Stokes. What a wonderful way to cap his game, Malala Puavasi.
Worked very, very hard for that, and Malala Puavasi has come up with the points. But I've got to give a special rep to number 14, Clayton Harris, as we have another look at the clever little kick again on the deck. Mark Elder was the man who put it down. Lucius Leone latches onto that one. But Clayton Harris, out of the acting half area, led to the position that the Bulls found themselves in, and Malala Puavasi, plenty power, 106 kgs as I mentioned earlier, always going to score from that close.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tia, that Clayton Harris has been instrumental in getting his side out of trouble. He's made plenty of yards around the dummy half area, and in the end, I suppose Gerard Stokes' call was for his forwards to match Otahu's. They've done that today, and they're finishing over the top of them.
Raymond Hubbard looking to add the extras. What's happened in the match so far today, we've had good starts in both halves by the Otahuhu team, but then they've faltered, and defensively they have allowed themselves to become vulnerable, and the Canterbury Bulls have just pounced on that situation, and they've come back in both halves. So the Otahuhu Leopards, the dominant team of the competition throughout the year 2000, unfortunately it seems will have to be content with runner-up in the Bartercard Cup. This time it's waved away. There are only a couple of minutes in it, but we have seen 2 tries scored in 2 minutes, so it is not impossible yet. The Canterbury team on their feet. They know that they're only a few moments away from being the premier club squad in the country. Canterbury play the ball now. 10 metres inside their own half. In no hurry, as you would expect. With the ball now, Kevin Tahoe. Plays it back to Clayton Harris, has been terrific for his province today. This man's worked hard as well, Craig Barrow. 5 metres inside the half. The Canterbury supporters can't believe it. Out of dummy half, Clayton Harris. Harris up and playing the ball now, 32 metres out from the line. Now Canterbury winding it down through Kevin Tahoe. 5th and final tackle. Expect a field goal attempt here or something similar. The grubber kick towards the end goal is the ploy that Maurice Emsley adopts for this play. And now Canterbury, all the work in front of them. Have they given up? As we look at the clock, 3 minutes left now. It's with Carmont. Through the gap goes Carmont. Can he get away from Nixon? He sends it back on the inside, and it's taken up for Tuiloma. Capitalises on it. With the ball now, it's Inuko Mamoe. Mamoe back to Ngafa Tuiloma. He's pinged. And the last desperate dive of Esau Man, who never retired. Lucius Sione is there. That should have been a penalty. It wasn't, it seems. And dummy half now. Tuiloma. Cut out ball over the top. Finds Kevin Tahoe. Tahoe with the ball. They've got numbers wide. They will now put another 4-pointer on. Canterbury are worthy champions of the Bartercard Cup. They are celebrating. Lucius Sione knows that it is their cup. The Canterbury supporters who came up all the way from Christchurch today to support their team, well, it was worth the $300 you spend on airfares, gang. Great to have you here. I know it means a great deal to your team, and you have sparked them along. The disappointed faces of the Otahuhu supporters meshed in with this team from Canterbury. There they are, 38-24. It has been a wonderful performance and a worthy grand final, Te Aropati.
Really has been a worthy grand final. We've seen a Canterbury side who have just been full of enthusiasm. They've out-enthused the Otahuhu Leopards in many, many aspects of the game, and none more so than just being able to shift the ball around and have players in positions, running at holes, willing to take the ball and look for opportunities. And Ray Hubbard comes up with some points there for them on this occasion. But they really have had players right across the board that have had full of enthusiasm all afternoon, Tony.
Yeah, I'd like to say to you, just out enthused by this Canterbury side who brought some different dimensions to the game, which Otahuhu just weren't prepared for. They ran their big forwards around, they dominated the play of the ball, and the first half really showed what this Canterbury side and the tricks they were up to really affected this Otahuhu side. And you know, apart from a brief comeback in the second half, early in the second half, they just haven't been able to sustain it. And this Canterbury side have really deserved their win.
You've got to wonder also, I guess, about the mental approach with the Otahuhu Leopards talking about perhaps we need to go wide. The Canterbury Bulls defence against Wainui-a-Mata was very compressive, very, very strong. And perhaps what Otahuhu really needed to do was to stay with the game plan that they had so much success with throughout all the earlier rounds of the Bartercard Cup.
Robert Henare has made his presence felt right through the afternoon. The ball's gone down. Otahuhu will come up with it out the back door. And still Hare Tarangi now, trying to get away from one. Craig Barrow has him. That's the final. The victors are the Canterbury Bulls, the inaugural Bartercard Cup champions of the year 2000, and they are reveling in this situation. Why wouldn't they? Gerard Stokes, surrounded by his support staff, have worked so hard. They've had disappointments through the season. It's not as if it's been smooth sailing by any means. The province, where the code has had well-documented troubles in recent seasons, and a shot on the arm that they really do need down in the mainland. What a sight. The Canterbury Bulls, champions of the Bartercard Cup for the year 2000, 38-24. Tony Edor, a great performance by the Bulls today. It's their day.
It wasn't as Gerard Stokes' day today. He's been an astute coach down Canterbury Way for a number of years, and he's taken a number of sides to premiership victories. This side was built on his work, and he's worked hard on the game plan to beat this Otahuhu side, which have dominated the competition from day one. And he got everything right today, and Otahuhu had no answers. They came back strongly, as a good side does, but Canterbury fully deserved their win, and 50,000 reasons to smile. They'll pay for plenty of beers.
It sure will, and you hit it exactly on the head there, Tony. It was a Canterbury side run very well drilled by a very astute coach in Gerard Stokes, and he's got to take a lot of credit for this performance from them, because really when you look at it on paper, a side that really shouldn't really stack up against many of the stars that Otahuhu do have.
A great performance, 38 points to 24, and the Canterbury Bulls, champions of the Bartercard Cup for the year 2000. We'll await the post-match interviews with the captains, and the man of the match, the Gilbert man of the match in the final, is the fullback for the Canterbury Bulls, Lucy Sione. He's sidelined.
And Lucy, today's Gilbert man of the match, how does that feel?
It just feels great, eh? Just, you know, it just feels good. Feels good, yeah.
I know you're a reluctant talker. You want to go out there and celebrate for the rest of the team, but what was the big turnaround today from 2 weeks ago?
I just think that we just play as a team, mate. That was our preparation throughout the whole week. We just play as a team, and then, you know, we can beat any team if we play as a team. We're not maybe the smallest, you know, we're the smallest team out there, but if we play as a team, then we come out on top. So that was the key point, is just play as a team.
And you'll be pretty pleased with your own form. You had a sterling performance out there today.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think the other 16 players that was out there, I mean, we all play as a team, and that's what, you know, we come out the top. So, you know, credit to those other 16 players. You know, we all play as a team. That was the whole thing. So.
Well, go and celebrate. Here's your Gilbert's man of the match. Well done.
Thank you. Can I just say hello to my family and everybody I love? Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Champions are allowed to say good day to their mums. You'll find with that one, Lucy Sione, an outstanding performance in a final taken by the Canterbury Bulls by 38 points to 24. Well, the disappointment is mixed with the elation. For every team that is celebrating, there is one that is disconsolate and disappointed. Let's join the captain of the losing squad, Esau Mann. He's sidelined with Shane Cooper.
Really disappointing, you know, in a final to lose. What do you think went wrong today?
Oh, just thought that you know, we lost the first half really, and they tended to get a quick roll on. You know, they're a very mobile pack, and they tend to get their roll on a lot quicker than ours, and they just carved us up the middle, and they had us on the back foot all the time, and you know, they started dictating, and we were just, you know, we were just stunned. You know, we just couldn't do anything about it.
I know you've it's only your second game in a month's time. Did that affect you at all?
Yeah, I think so. You know, fatigue sort of set in the early stages of the first half and in the latter stages of the second half, and you know, they've been playing week in, week out tough footy to get into the final, and that sort of cost us today. But you know, full credit to them. You know, they're a good side. They came up here to play, and we left our run too late, mate.
I know you've had a good season, so today wasn't quite the day, but hard luck on today's performance.
Yeah, cheers, Shay. Thanks.
So Esau Man obviously disappointed that his team wasn't able to go on with it after emphatically trouncing the Canterbury Bulls a fortnight ago. They came into the final today certainly confident, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. An outstanding performance by the Canterbury Bulls, and we're joined by their captain, Morris Elmsley, who's sidelined with Shane.
Yeah, Morris, what's the feeling like?
I can't explain the feeling, eh? It's just awesome, awesome. Good to be here and good to walk away with it, eh? Bloody great feeling. Too emotional for too many words, eh?
That's right, a few words will do us. And you come up a day earlier, which did it make a difference from 2 weeks ago?
I think so, eh? We had plenty of time, plenty of rest and no delays. Come here pretty well prepared, and the guys just put it on for them, eh?
You really took it to the big Otahuhu pack. Your forwards really dominated. They got stuck in and done a lot of hard work for you.
That's right. We learnt from last time we played them in the knockout semi, and you know, we worked hard on our defence for the last 2 weeks, and it worked for us.
And your bench players, they performed exceptionally well too.
Oh well, you know, we're a team of 17, and we can't play without 17 players, you know. And the bench players come on and they just build us up, you know. Come out here and they just get everyone going, you know.
And you had good support, a few people up from Canterbury?
Yeah, it was great. Good to hear them too. Very vocal, small crowd, and to all the supporters back home, thanks a lot.
Okay, we'll go and join your party. Thanks very much.
Cheers, mate.
Well, it's a lovely shot there, isn't it? Footy's about families. These men have been away from their families plenty through the year 2000, but now it is all worth it. The Canterbury Bulls, worthy champions of the inaugural Bartercard Cup, the champions for the year 2000. And it's now time for presentations and the official ceremony to conclude the Bartercard Cup. It's been quite a competition. I think that over the year it has slowly gained favour with people, and it has been a memorable final without a shadow of a doubt. Well, Peter Ropati has traded in his hat as Sky presenter and commentator, and now he is also ground announcer and presentation man here at Carlaw Park. Let's join him for the official presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, 30-odd weeks ago, we kicked off the National Bartercard Club Championship. And it's fitting that this afternoon, that presented before us are the two of the best sides in that competition. And I think it's only appropriate that we all put our hands together and congratulate two teams who have done outstanding in the last 80 minutes. It's also a shame that unfortunately in sport, a trophy will not always recognise the efforts that both sides have contributed to make this an absolute spectacle. But I think to both of them, you've both done yourselves proud, and I think you've done the local game of rugby league very, very proud indeed. But to kick off, I'd like to call upon the chairman of New Zealand Rugby League, Gerald Ryan.
Thank you, Peter. Mr. Ron McGregor, members of the Boards of Control of New Zealand Rugby League, Canterbury Rugby League and the Auckland Rugby League, distinguished guests, yes, I would like to congratulate the Canterbury West Coast Canterbury Bulls for this victory. It's been well deserved. You've brought with you to legendary Carlaw Park the Canterbury spirit and showed what you could do. I'd like to congratulate the Otahuhu Leopards for their play and for their standards right throughout the year. Indeed, all the clubs that took part in the Bartercard Cup. You've shown that you are the grassroots of New Zealand Rugby League, and without other teams in other competitions, you're the staff of life as far as rugby league is concerned, and our future lies with you. I'd like to congratulate the Canterbury cheerleaders up the back there. I'm sure they had something to say for this thing, but once again, congratulations to you all, to all the players, administrators behind this great cup of ours. I'd like to also congratulate our sponsors. That's Bartercard Corp, Smoke Free, Qantas New Zealand, Always Lion Red, Gilbert, the TAB, and of course Vodafone. So, and all the other little sponsors, and you people who are coming here and supporting the game of rugby league today when you have the Olympic Games and other distractions, but you still came here and showed what rugby league is all about. Thank you very much. Our future, I believe, with the World Cup this year will lie with you, because you're what counts. Thank you.
And I can only imagine what the trip home to Canterbury is going to be like tonight for you Red and Blacks. But such a competition as this, as Gerald's alluded to, would not be possible with people like sponsors, like the Bartercard Cup. I'd like to call upon the Director of Sales and Marketing of Bartercard New Zealand Limited, Ken Muir.
Hello. I'd like to thank everyone here for what we thought was just a brilliant game of rugby league for the day. Today really is the players' day, not really the sponsors' day. So what we'd like to just thank both teams for just a wonderful, wonderful game. I'd like at this stage for the runner-up team to come up so that we can award them some medals for just an outstanding game. Thank you.
And just to reiterate that point, without the effort of Otahuhu in making this certainly an outstanding final, and it's good to see people back at Carlo Park. It's good to see people with flags up there on the grass banks. This is the beginning. All I can say is bring on next season. The Otahuhu Leopards, Corey Palmer, George Carmont, Chris Marnelli, Scott Niwa, Mark Elder, Shane Edwards, Hardy Tarangi, George Tuakura, Hamish Reid, Herman Lamafa, Tyson Marjorie Banks, Chris Piao, Lance Koko, Solomon Curry, Eric Pelly, and Tosa Lafaeli. Last one up, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands forward. The Otahuhu Leopards, proudly led today by their captain, Esau Mann.
Yeah, on behalf of Otahuhu, we'd like to thank Canterbury for the game out there today. We tried our hardest, and obviously it wasn't good enough. To our boys, we tried our best. What promised so much for a big year. It's really disappointing, but to the coaching staff, Dean Clark, and all the staff, we thank you very much. And to all our supporters, thank you very much, and all the sponsors, thanks.
Thank you, Esau. I'd now like to call upon Gerald Ryan to present grand final medals to the game officials. If we could please call upon referee Bill Shrimpton, touch judges Dave Pakiito, Darren Hopewell, in goal touch judges Stan Hansen and Jan Hendricks. And Morris sitting down there waiting, just waiting to present, ladies and gentlemen, season 2000, the Bartercard Cup. I'd like to call upon Ken Muir of Bartercard, Morris MC, the captain of the Canterbury Bulls.
It's our great pleasure to be able to announce the first winners of the Bartercard Cup. Well done, Canterbury Bulls.
I'd like to thank Otahuhu for the game today. It was a great game, game of two halves. I think fitness showed in the end. Our boys dug in, and stuck in, and we got the result we came here for. Awesome, boys. I'd like to thank Marcus. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, mate. All our supporters, thanks a lot, you mean heaps. And also I'd like to thank Bartercard Cup for letting us have this for the year.
If the Canterbury Bulls can please come forward to collect their medals. Lucy Sione, what a game. Give it up for him. Scott Woodgate, Natha Tuiloma, Raymond Hubbard, Tangia Tongia, Scott Nixon, Moa Stemsley's already been, Kevin Tahal, Shane Byers, Craig Barrow, Sean Norton, Graham Emsley, Johnny Limmer, Clayton Harris, Malala Purvasi, Robert Hinari, Inoka Mamoy.
The Canterbury Bulls, what an effort it has been. They are worthy champions of the Bartercard Cup of the year 2000. On behalf of the commentary team that includes Te Ropati and also Shane Cooper, Pete and Tony Edo-Amdale husband, thanks very much for watching from Wise Park and Wainuiomata through Nongataha, Hibiscus Coast. And don't forget, this might be the end of our domestic season, but we've still got plenty of league coming your way at the end of October. Live coverage beginning a memorable Bartercard Cup for the inaugural season. I hope that you have enjoyed the action. Certainly we have enjoyed calling the football on your behalf, and I hope that we will see you again for more Bartercard Cup action from the year 2001. But the spoils, the victors for the year 2000, worthy champions, the Canterbury Bulls.